What would you like to see if you could paint the picture properly as to how the real estate agents and brokers in this country could better do a job to help facilitate getting the market back on track and getting people into homes?
Well, that's a short question with a long answer. So let's cover a couple of concepts. One is, here we are with historically low interest rates. We're sitting in the mid threes. The Home Affordability Index, as published by the National Association of Realtors, has never shown how homeownership can be more affordable in history. A group of professors from the University of Michigan released a study in October on the desire for homeownership, and over 80% of Americans across every age demographic, from the young 30-year-old echo boomer to the retiring baby boomer, all believe now's a good time to buy a home, and if they don't own one, they want to own one. 80%. So we've got desire, we've got interest rates, market conditions, and yet the market is still fairly sluggish. The home purchase market is still going to be somewhere in the $500 billion range this year, not much different than a year ago. And why is that? So I believe there's a confidence issue that we need to address, and it comes from, real estate agents can help, industry can help. We need politicians to lead the way. We need policymakers. We need the media to all talk about this ripe opportunity and stop using the headlines to create sensationalist statements that scare people from getting the economy back on track. Now, I'm not promoting homeownership for everybody. We don't want to do that ever again. But I am promoting the fact that if we're scaring away families who can otherwise buy a home right now and are able to buy, can afford it sustainably, and they don't take advantage of it, they may miss the best buying opportunity in history. So that's sort of one, is this confidence piece. The other is, I think we need to be really cognizant of the impact of rules and regulations coming from Washington, because if we overcorrect in the effort to protect consumers from future risk, if we create an environment that eliminates risk altogether, what we're really going to be doing is eliminating middle-class Americans from being able to gain access to home ownership, because we're going to make the rules too tight. As I tell people in Washington, we're not talking about the 1%. No matter what rule or regulation goes into place, the 1% will always have the wherewithal to buy a home. They've got wealth, they've got credit, they've got reserves. What we're talking about is the 99%. And where in the line are we going to draw this, where in the sand are we going to draw the line in the 99% that determines whether they can buy? So, one is confidence, consumer confidence, which comes from messaging and media and leadership. And the other is around access, which is based on making rules that qualify the American potential home buyer to allow them to gain access to the market, and does not eliminate them completely simply by making the rules too tight.